Chapter 31 City Number 023. You are listening at MTnovel.audio. After Yang Wu experienced the battle with the bloodthirsty tank, everyone in the Phantom team has completely accepted him. Along the way, Zhou Zheng, Zheng Tao, and Wang Ji successively took action against the monsters and constantly guided Yang Wu. Yang Wu had gained a lot of combat experience in the last simulation, and with the constant guidance from everyone, he became even more comfortable in hunting monsters. Although he is still not as clean and tidy as a few others, that is because of his physical fitness. If it were just a simple comparison of experience and skills, I am afraid that only Captain Chu Tian and Deputy Captain Zhou Zheng, who are high-level generals, can hold Yang Wu steady. In the early morning one day later, the 6 members of the Phantom team finally arrived at the outskirts of City 023. The sun had not risen yet. Although it was midsummer, after a night, the heat in the air had almost dissipated. The breeze blew by, bringing a chill. Roar. Ouch. From time to time, there are roars of beasts in my ears. It is early morning. Even if there are no strong humans to hunt the monsters will still fight each other for food. Of course, these crazy roars had no impact at all on the battle-hardened Phantom team. Captain. Zheng Tao asked in a low voice, we haven't been to this city number 023 for a long time. Where are we going this time? That everyone else also looked at Chu Tian, waiting for his order. At this time, except for Yang Wu, several members of the Phantom team were quite relaxed. After getting used to the high-intensity fighting in City 003, suddenly arriving in City 023 was like entering a novice village as a max-level player. As long as they don't go to the center of City 023, they can get by with ease in this ordinary suburban location. Our target this time is Siyuan Community, a dilapidated community 2 kilometers away in the south. Chu Tian whispered. Siyuan Community was a very famous community before the Great Nirvana. It occupies a very large area. It was enough it can accommodate more than 100,000 people. Nowadays, a large number of monsters have gathered in Siyuan Community. There is no place more suitable for us in this suburb. Yes. Everyone in the Phantom team nodded. We have entered the urban area at this time and have not found a safe house yet. We must be extremely careful and we must not hunt monsters like we did on the road before. Chu Tian glanced at Yang Wu and said cautiously, the monsters here are very dense, flying in the sky and running on the ground. If we are forced to fight monsters, we must fight quickly. I see. Yang Wu nodded quickly in response. On the way here, Zhou Zheng, the vice-captain of the Phantom team, had already told him what he needed to pay attention to when hunting monsters in the abandoned city. The most important point is not to cause large-scale beast riots, because most monsters of all kinds are willing to gather in abandoned cities. The density of monsters in a city is far beyond those seen on the road. In a small place, a beast herd usually consists of a beast general level monster leading hundreds of ordinary beast soldier level monsters. In big cities, there are often several beast general level monsters leading large herds of thousands of beast soldier level monsters. Such a herd of beasts, even with the strength of the Phantom team, would never dare to attack the herd head-on at will. Let's go. Chu Tian waved his hand and ordered. Walking cautiously on the road, the Phantom team was already on high alert. Lu Qing's bow and arrows had been retracted behind his back, and he was holding a ferocious heavy machine gun in his hand. A large number of bullet chains were wrapped around the machine gun, ready to be fired at any time. Although the lethality of the machine gun is no longer comparable to the bow and arrow in Lu Qing's hand, the firing speed of the machine gun is far beyond that of the bow and arrow. If it encounters a herd of beasts, the large-scale lethality of the machine gun against low-level monsters is still amazing. It is a short distance of 2 kilometers, and with the speed of a warrior-level warrior, using all his strength, he can reach it in less than half a minute. However, it took the Phantom team nearly 10 minutes to reach their target, Siyuan Community. In these 10 minutes, Captain Chu Feng's flying knife had killed dozens of beast soldier-level monsters and 2 beast general-level monsters. Fortunately, the mentalist's methods were incredible, and some monsters were killed before they even noticed Yang Wu and others. Go upstairs. Chu Tian used his mental power to scan a relatively well-preserved residential building, and after confirming the situation inside, he whispered, whoosh. Whoosh. Whoosh! The 6 members of the Phantom team rushed into the residential building in an instant and continued to advance along the stairs. Wang Ji, holding a sword and shield, walked in the front. Obviously, in such a narrow space, Wang Ji's strength was least affected. After killing several monsters in the building, everyone arrived at a rather exquisite room on the 16th floor of the residential building. After quickly locking the doors and windows, everyone breathed a sigh of relief and began to sit on the worn-out sofa to rest. During this time in City 023, our Phantom team will rest here. Chu Tian took out a piece of dried meat from his backpack and handed it to Lu Qing, and then said, "Brother Zhou, tell everyone about the situation around us, so as not to provoke Lord-level monsters in the future." "Yes, Captain." After speaking, Zhou Zheng took out a map from his backpack and motioned for everyone to watch it together. Long before coming here, Zhou Zheng had already collected a large amount of intelligence on City 023. Yang Wu and others quickly gathered around and listened carefully to Zhou Zheng's explanation of the situation. "This is our current location." Zhou Zheng pointed to a location marked Cun Community on the map and said, "There are 2 Lord-level monsters within 20 kilometers around us. They are Times Square 15 kilometers away to the south. The junior Lord-level monster inside is the Fire Lin Trident Pig, and the intermediate Lord-level monster 19 kilometers to the northwest is the powerful Demon Ape. These 2 Lord-level monsters are the 2 overlords in the eastern suburbs of City number 023. They have many beast-level monsters under their command, as well as a large number of beast soldier-level monsters. Everyone must be careful. No matter what happens, we must not get close to these 2 places." "Understood." Yang Wu and others responded one after another. "Okay." Chu Tian said, "As long as we don't provoke these 2 Lord-level monsters, our Phantom team will not be in much danger here. Wang Ji is in charge of guarding today. Let's rest for half a day. In the afternoon, we will start hunting monsters again." In wilderness areas, even if you want to rest, you must arrange for someone to guard you. No warrior team dares to relax, because even in a safe place, monsters may appear. "Yes, Captain." Yang Wu and others responded one after another. After saying that, Wang Ji, who was fully armed, walked to the balcony on the side to take charge of security, while the others began to replenish energy and water, and then began to rest. Chapter 32 Iron-clad Barbarian Bulls. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Half a day passed. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone in the Phantom team has finished resting. Even Wang Ji, who was in charge of security, rested for a few hours after being replaced by Zheng Tao. At this time, on the balcony of the 16th floor of the residential building, Zheng Tao had already started looking for beast-level monsters with a telescope. "Zheng Tao, how are you? Have you found any big fish?" Zhou Zheng walked over and asked. Zheng Tao smiled helplessly. "Brother Zhou, the density of monsters in City 023 is much lower than that in City 003. I have been searching for a while, but I haven't found even a high-level beast general level monster. The strongest, it's a group of monsters led by 1 intermediate beast general and 2 elementary beast generals. It's almost evening, and many monsters will come out to look for food. Look slowly, and you will find it." Zhou Zheng walked over, patted Zheng Tao on the shoulder, and then took out a telescope and began to observe the nearby situation. With the strength of the Phantom team, if they were to deal with mid-level beast generals, it would be completely overqualified. Therefore, the targets of the Phantom team are usually the beast groups led by high-level beast generals. As for the medium beast generals and elementary beast generals, they are all casually killed after encountering them on the road. "Don't worry, everyone." Chu Tian also said from the side, "Although there are fewer high-level monsters in City 023, the best thing is safety. As long as we don't provoke those 2 Lord-level monsters, generally speaking, we will never in danger." After saying that, Chu Tian also took out a telescope from his backpack and went to the window on the other side of the room to look for traces of the high-level beast generals. "Brother Tian, look here." Lu Qing suddenly pointed in a direction and exclaimed. Chu Tian and others all rushed over, holding telescopes and looking in the direction Lu Qing pointed. Yang Wu also looked in the direction pointed by Lu Qing and saw nearly 1,000 bovine monsters entrenched in a large warehouse about 1,890 meters away to the east of the community. Captain, they are from the Iron-clad Barbarian bull tribe. Among them are 1 high-level beast general, 1 medium beast general, and 3 elementary beast generals. After Zhou Jing observed carefully, he said doubtfully, that shouldn't be the case. I didn't hear about this place when I came here. There is such a herd. This group of armored bulls is quite large in number and occupies a large warehouse as a stronghold. Obviously, that is the home of the armored bulls. Generally speaking, if a team of warriors discovers such a herd, they will definitely share the information with other teams of warriors. After all, high-level beast-level monsters can already bring danger to most warrior teams. It seems that this group of armored bulls must have migrated here recently, and no warrior team has discovered them yet. Zheng Tao said. Then I will share the news with several nearby warrior teams to prevent them from provoking these armored bulls. Zhou Zheng said, if a team of warriors discovers a large herd of beasts in the wilderness area, most of the time they will share the information with a team of warriors they are familiar with. In the wilderness area, there are not many warrior teams that can offend this group of iron-clad bulls. Of course, the Phantom team is one of them. No need. Chu Tian suddenly said, as long as we kill the 5 beast general level armored bulls in the herd, the armored bulls will disperse in less than half a day. Captain, those are nearly 1,000 iron-clad bulls. Zhou Zheng said with some worry, we are not afraid, but this is Yang Wu's first time in the wilderness area. Isn't it too dangerous? How about waiting? Will we deal with them when we return to the base city? That the impact of the bull monsters is extremely astonishing, and the defense of the armored bulls is very abnormal. If these nearly 1,000 armored bulls charge together, even the junior gods of war may be in trouble. Therefore, Zhou Zheng still thought of letting Yang Wu practice with other beasts first. It doesn't matter. Of course Chu Tian would not change his mind easily. It's better to choose a day than to hit it. Although these nearly 1,000 iron-clad bulls are difficult to deal with, they are not too dangerous. Although Yang Wu's physical fitness is poor, a little, but the combat experience and skills are not much worse than ours. There should be no problem in dealing with these iron-clad bulls. Yang Wu, what do you think? Captain, I have no problem. Yang Wu said quickly. Yang Wu agreed. Zhou Zheng naturally didn't want to say anything more, but secretly thought that he would take more care of Yang Wu later. Okay, let's set off. Chu Tian ordered. The 6 members of the Phantom team immediately packed up their equipment and went downstairs to the large warehouse where the armored bull was. Captain Chu Tian's mental power surrounds the surroundings at all times, guarding against all possible unexpected situations. Chu Tian was leading the way, Yang Wu and Lu Qing were in the center, Zheng Tao and Wang Ji were guarding both sides, and Zhou Zheng was behind. As soon as they went downstairs, Yang Wu and others discovered a junior beast general level silver electric python wandering alone. Brother Zheng, Wang Ji, this silver electric python is handed over to you. Chu Tian ordered. At this time, the silver electric python was only more than 200 meters away from the Phantom team. If Chu Tianyu used his flying knife, he might be able to kill the silver electric python in an instant. However, in this way, when the harvest is distributed according to the effort, Chu Tian alone will occupy 60%. However, such a junior beast general level silver electric python can be easily killed by any one of the 6 Phantom team members including Yang Wu. It's okay to do this once or twice, but if it continues like this, no matter how close the relationship is, cracks will appear. Therefore, when safety can be ensured, Chu Tian usually lets several team members take turns to take action after encountering a lone beast-level monster. In this way, the distribution of harvest is much more reasonable. Of course, on average, the one who gained the most was still Chu Tian, the captain who was both a warrior and a spiritual master. Whoosh! Whoosh! After receiving the order, Wang Ji and Zheng Tao quickly killed the silver electric python that was trying to escape. When 2 elites of mid-level warriors join forces to deal with a junior beast general, there is no chance of any accidents happening. Half a minute later, the materials for the silver electric python entered Wang Ji's backpack. Okay, the harvest is over, let's continue setting off. Chu Tian waved his hand. Half an hour later, the phantom team appeared near the large warehouse where the armored bull was. Along the way, Yang Wu and others encountered several more beast-level monsters. Among them, some were alone like the silver electric python, and some were gathered together with many beast-level monsters. However, facing the top phantom team under the god of war, there was no surprise. These beast-level monsters eventually became materials in the phantom team's backpack. Start assigning tasks now. In a secret corner near the large warehouse, Captain Chu Tian whispered. Xiao Qing, cooperate with me later. First kill the armored bull, which is a medium-level beast general. Be sure to kill it with one blow. Chu Tian ordered. In order to be more sure, Chu Tian did not set the most powerful high-level beast general among the beasts as the first target. Then Chu Tian turned to look at Yang Wu. Yang Wu, you will follow Xiao Qing later, protect her, and be sure not to let the monster get close. Don't worry, Captain. Yang Wu quickly promised, I will never let the monster get close to Sister Qing. Leave it to me to deal with the high-level beast general-level Iron-clad bull. Zhou Zheng, Zheng Tao, and Wang Ji, you three will deal with the remaining 3 junior beast generals. After killing the monster, Zhou Zheng will be responsible for collecting monster materials, while the others will be responsible for resisting the beast herd. Received. Zhou Zheng and others responded one after another. Okay, get ready. After Chu Tian gave the order, Zhou Zheng and others were ready to go, and Lu Qing put aside the machine gun in his hand and took off the bow and arrow from his back. Chapter 33 Cooperation. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. For a moment, everyone in the phantom team was waiting for Lu Qing, the shadowless arrow, to take action. Lu Qing was seen drawing his bow like a full moon, with a long silver arrow that was longer than an ordinary arrow. Generally speaking, warriors who use thermal weapons will improve their strength quickly in the early stage. With a little training, they can cause effective damage to elementary beast-level monsters. However, the power of firearms has its limit after all. Except for several thermal weapons of restricted levels, such as laser cannons, etc., the damage of ordinary thermal weapons and firearms to medium beast generals is much weaker. As for high-level beast generals, the damage is very weak. Hard to hurt, therefore, the strength of ordinary warriors who use thermal weapons has reached the peak of junior warriors. However, Lu Qing is obviously not just an ordinary warrior who uses thermal weapons. Her physical fitness has already reached the level of an average warrior, and her power with bows and arrows obviously exceeds her power with firearms. Call out. The moment Lu Qing saw a flaw in the target monster, she took action. A bolt of lightning. A swirling silver lightning. The long arrow shot by Lu Qing instantly exceeded the speed of sound, and like a meteor chasing the moon, it rushed towards the only armored bull of the medium beast general level in the large warehouse. Chu Tian on the side saw Lu Qing making a move, and he also moved. The mental power that had reached the level of a high-level warrior was instantly used, and it wrapped around the long arrow shot by Lu Qing like a filament, adding a strong thrust to it. Under normal circumstances, it is rare for a spiritual master and a martial artist to achieve such precise coordination, unless it is the same person who practices both. But Chu Tian and Lu Qing did it without even a single mistake. Chu Tian's mental power was attached to the long arrow shot by Lu Qing, but the direction of the long arrow did not change at all. This kind of cooperation is very rare. Lu Qing's power, the tension of the bow and arrow, and Chu Tian's mental power, combined, made the silver arrow reach an incredible speed, nearly 3 times the speed of sound. This is already the speed that a god of war level warrior can achieve. At this time, everyone in the phantom team was only 100 meters away from the large warehouse where the armored bull was, and the arrow fired by Lu Qing arrived in the blink of an eye. Poof! Just like a steel needle inserted into tofu, the long arrow encountered no obstruction and easily shot through the left eye of the medium-level beast general-level iron-clad bull, piercing through its entire head. Boom! The body of the long arrow suddenly exploded in the monster's head, brains splattered everywhere, and the medium-level beast general-level iron-clad bull was killed instantly. Rush! Chu Tian gave the order. Whoosh! 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 Like 4 bolts of lightning, the 4 people from Chu Tian rushed directly towards the herd of armored bulls in the large warehouse. They were so fast that in almost the blink of an eye, they were less than 10 meters away from the herd. At this time, the beast herd, which had been alarmed by the explosion, finally discovered the phantom team. Rumble. The crazy beast started running instantly, cracks appeared on the hard cement floor in the warehouse, and even the dilapidated buildings not far away trembled slightly. Kill! Chu Tian suddenly rushed into the herd of beasts, and at the same time, the 8 flying knives he carried moved. Call out! Call out! Call out! The 8 flying knives instantly turned into 8 afterimages, frantically strangling all the monsters around him. At this moment, a small vacuum zone even appeared around Chu Tian. The high-level beast general-level iron-clad bulls saw Chu Tian frantically strangling the monsters under his command, and became completely angry. Roar! After a loud roar, the monster leader rushed towards Chu Tian crazily. Well done! A flash of sword light flashed, and Chu Tian drew his sword. This was the first time he drew his sword since he entered the wilderness area. At the same time, Zhou Zheng and others also fought against their respective targets. Even with the protection of the beast herd, the 3 armored bulls of the junior beast general level were no match for Zhou Zheng and others. However, the monsters are not fools. When they discovered the 4 cushions, the beasts also discovered Yang Wu and Lu Qing not far away. Ouch! Several monster leaders let out roars. Suddenly, dozens of armored bulls separated from the herd and rushed towards Yang Wu and Yang Wu crazily. Dozens of huge iron-clad bulls, like dozens of heavy tanks traveling at high speed, rushed over like crazy. Yang Wu, protect Xiaoqing. Chu Tian was surrounded by flying knives, the sword light shining brightly. At this time, Lu Qing had already put away his bow and arrows, and the weapon in his hand turned into a ferocious machine gun. Get out of here! Facing the beasts that were about to rush in front of him, Yang Wu didn't panic at all. He exerted force with his right leg and kicked a huge boulder under his feet towards the beasts. Boom! The boulder hit the joint of the left front leg of the high-grade beast soldier-level iron-clad bull that was running wildly at the front. Click! The armored bull's left front leg was fractured instantly, and it had no time to stop and fell directly to the ground, blocking the armored bull from behind for Yang and Wu. Of course, there are too many armored bulls, and this monster corpse cannot resist them at all, and can only slightly delay the speed of the monster behind them. However, this is enough. At this moment, Yang Wu pushed hard on his toes and rushed into the herd of beasts with his army-breaking gun. If the speed of the beasts was too fast just now, Yang Wu would never dare to rush in, but after the speed of the beasts was slowed down, the danger was not great. Ho! Ho ho! But when the beasts saw Yang Wu rushing to their side, they became even more crazy. They all turned around and slammed into Yang Wu, but the armored bulls were so big that the herd was unable to launch an effective attack. At the same time, Yang Wu only had to face the siege of 3 or 4 beast-level iron-clad bulls. Yang Wu was able to move among the beasts with ease, and soon attracted more armored bulls to rush over. At the same time, a large number of armored bulls rushed towards Lu Qing, who was holding a machine gun. Not good. Yang Wu secretly thought that something was wrong. He put a lot of force on his feet, and immediately rose into the sky from the herd of beasts, going to rescue Lu Qing. Although Lu Qing's physical fitness is higher than that of Yang Wu, she doesn't have any weapons at hand. With a machine gun, she may not be able to hold on for long without being able to shoot. At this moment, Chu Tian's shout finally came from the warehouse not far away. Xiaoqing, shoot! Lu Qing, who was holding a ferocious machine gun, finally showed a smile on his serious face. Ta-da-ta-da-da! Golden streams of light ejected from the muzzle of the gun. Each bullet was a specially customized armor-piercing bullet with extremely astonishing lethality. Along with the monster's screams of pain, dozens of monsters that had just been besieging Yang Wu fell to the ground. At the same time, the huge gunshots also caused the armored bulls in the warehouse to completely riot and rush towards Yang Wu and Yang Wu's position. However, at the front of the herd were the 4 people from Chu Tian who had already collected the monster materials. Withdraw. After Chu Tian gave the order, Yang Wu and Lu Qing turned around and ran away at the same time. Among the armored bulls at this time, the fastest ones were only high-level beast-level monsters. How could they possibly catch up with the entire warrior-level phantom team? What's more, Chu Tian, a spiritual master, was among them. Behind the scenes. After a while, the 6 members of the phantom team completely got rid of the beast herd. Chapter 34 Crazy Killing. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. An hour later, Yang Wu and others returned to their stronghold in Siyuan community. Haha. Captain Chu Tian said with a smile, it didn't take much effort to defeat this herd of armored bulls this time. Everyone cooperated well. If we keep hunting monsters at this speed, even in this number 023 in the city, the harvest will not be too small. Zhou Zheng, Zheng Tao and others also smiled. Originally, they were prepared for a big loss in harvest this time, but they didn't expect such a harvest at the beginning. Yes. Zhou Zheng said with the same smile, the materials on the high-level beast general level iron-clad bulls are still relatively rare. After all, most bovine monsters live in groups, and there are rarely lone beast general level bull monsters. The total materials on these armored bulls are estimated to reach more than 400 million, that it's always good to make more money. After all, although warriors earn a lot, they also spend a lot of money. Weapons and equipment, secret books, and various treasures are all at sky-high prices. This time, we will still follow the old rules. Chu Tian looked at Yang Wu and said, the distribution of spoils will all be distributed according to everyone's contribution in the battle. When we finish this hunting and return to the supply base, we will make assignments. Clear. Yang Wu and others responded one after another. In most warrior teams, the process of distributing loot is like this. It was already approaching evening, and Chu Feng said directly, everyone should rest for half an hour. After half an hour, we will continue to hunt monsters. Having just experienced a fierce battle, Yang Wu and others really needed to rest for a while. In this way, the Phantom team began their killing journey in City 023. Every day, a large number of monsters died in their hands. At the end of a day, the Phantom team can always harvest materials from more than a dozen beast commander-level monsters. Of course, there are relatively few high-level beast commander-level monsters. At the end of the day, they don't know if they can encounter one. After fighting for more than 10 days, Yang Wu and others hunted 157 beast generals, including 5 high-level beast generals, 21 medium beast generals, and the rest were elementary beast generals. The materials on a low-level beast general monster can generally be sold for between 5 million and 15 million Chinese coins. The important materials on a medium-level beast general monster can generally be sold for 10 million to 100 million Chinese coins. The materials on high-level beast-level monsters can be sold for about 50 million to 670 million Chinese coins. The total value of this batch of monster materials on the Phantom team is between 3 billion and 4 billion. However, after so many days of frenzied hunting by the Phantom team, there were quite a few beast-level monsters near Siyuan community, and even high-level beast-level monsters were no longer visible. On the 13th day after arriving in city number 023, I was at a resting point 5 kilometers south of Siyuan community. Captain, this time Yang Wu joins our warrior team. We will make a lot of money. Zheng Tao said excitedly. He couldn't help but be excited. Usually, the Phantom team was in City 003. After 10 days, their income was almost the same as now, that city number 003. The density of monsters is much higher than that of City 023. In this city number 023, in order to search for monsters, they have expanded the area to a radius of 10 miles, in other words, the next time they enter City 003, their income may be much higher than before. Although there is one more person sharing the money, on average, they can still earn more. Chu Tian also smiled. He really didn't know before that the efficiency of hunting monsters would be improved so much after adding one more person to the Phantom team. In a year or two, when Yang Wu and Wang Ji's physical fitness reaches the level of high-level warriors, I'm afraid our rate of making money will be even higher. Zhou Zheng also nodded and smiled. In Zhou Zheng's view, in today's Phantom team, Yang Wu and Wang Ji's strength is still clearly in the period of rapid rise, and there is still a high chance of breaking through to high-level warriors. Once they both break through to high-level warriors, I'm afraid Lao Jing will retire, Zheng Tao said with a smile, but there was a hint of loneliness in his eyes. He has now passed the stage of rapid growth in strength, and it will indeed not be easy to keep up with the development of the Phantom team in the future. Old Zheng, you are thinking too much. Zhou Zheng said quickly, even if Yang Wu and Wang Ji can break through to high-level generals, it will not be a matter of time. What's more, I don't know you, old Zheng. I'm afraid you are not far behind a high-level warrior now, right? There's still a long way to go. Zheng Tao said with a grimace, I'm nearly 40 years old, and I definitely can't catch up with them. What are you afraid of? I'm over 40. Zhou Zheng comforted, if it doesn't work out, just buy a copy of Tears of the Blue Devil, and you will definitely be able to reach the level of high-level warrior. Blue Devil's Tears. Zheng Tao's voice suddenly became louder. Blue Devil's Tears costs 20 billion Chinese coins. Even if you buy it at half price in the Extreme House Mall, the price will still be 10 billion Chinese coins. Tears of the Blue Devil is a natural treasure that improves physical fitness. It does not have side effects like genetic medicine. Generally speaking, the strength of a general-level warrior can be greatly improved after using the Tears of the Blue Devil. Many elites among high-level warriors will use Tears of the Blue Devil to try to break through to the God of War level. Have you not accumulated a net worth of 10 billion Huaxia coins after all these years of wandering in the wilderness? Zhou Zheng asked rhetorically. Brother Zhou. Zheng Tao hesitated, I have worked hard for so many years and have saved more than 10 billion. Moreover, my boy will go to high school this year. I also want to buy him some treasures to lay a foundation. If 10 billion is taken out at once, it would really be. You. Zhou Zheng scolded with a smile, I didn't ask you to buy it now. Aren't Yang Wu and Wang Ji still some distance from being high-level warriors? What's more, our team will make money faster next. 10 billion is not impossible to earn. Brother Zheng. Lu Qing on the side also rarely said, if you really plan to buy Tears of the Blue Devil, I have a way for you to spend less money. You can get it for about 7 billion. I will give you the specific amount. I'll ask again when I get home. This. Zheng Tao suddenly felt moved. In recent years, Zheng Tao's strength has improved very slowly. 5 years ago, his strength reached the level of a mid-level warrior. At that time, Zheng Tao joined the Phantom team, but until now, he is still a mid-level warrior. If you can really spend 7 billion to buy a copy of Tears of the Blue Devil, it is indeed a good choice. Captain, there's a situation, that while Zheng Tao and others were chatting, Wang Ji, who had been looking for traces of beast-level monsters on the balcony, suddenly shouted in a low voice. Everyone quickly picked up their binoculars and took a look. I saw 2 herds of beasts fighting each other 2 or 3 kilometers away to the south. No, strictly speaking, it should be a small group of beasts and a few pig monsters fighting. I saw hundreds of tiger mastiffs surrounding 3 pig monsters. In the center, a pig monster was fighting with the leader of the tiger mastiffs, but the other 2 pig monsters did not make a move. Chapter 35 Distress. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Captain, it's the fire trident pig and the bloodthirsty tank. As the most experienced old man in the Phantom team, Zhou Zheng could tell the strength of several beast general level monsters at a glance. The tiger mastiff dog and the fire Lin 3 halberd pig that are fighting are both junior beast general level, and the other 2 are addicted to monsters. Blood tanks are all high-level beast generals. Captain, this is a rare opportunity. Should we take this vote? Zheng Tao asked quickly. If there is anyone in the Phantom team who is most eager to make money now, then it must be Zheng Tao. It has been half a month since everyone came to City 023, and they have only hunted 5 high-level beast-level monsters. Now that they can encounter 2 at once, they are really lucky. what's even more rare is that these two beast general level monsters don't have too many beast soldier level monsters under their command. Even the hundreds of tiger mastiffs may still be hostile to the bloodthirsty tanks. Do you want to vote? That everyone's eyes were focused on the Captain Chu Tian. This is a rare opportunity, let's do it. Chu Tian gritted his teeth and said, after the battle is over, we will immediately return the same way we came. Although Chu Tian felt that the battle place was a bit close to the lair of the Lord-level monsters, he still chose to do this in the end. It's really because this opportunity is so rare. Now that he has decided, Chu Tian stopped writing. Let's go. Chu Tian gave an order. And a group of 6 people quickly went downstairs at the same time and rushed to the place where the monsters were fighting 2 or 3 kilometers away. Along the way, when Yang Wu and others encountered monsters, they hid if they could. If they couldn't hide, they immediately went out to destroy them with all their strength, and the speed was not slow. 5 minutes later, Yang Wu and the others arrived near the lair of the tiger mastiff herd. At this time, the battle between the 2 junior beast general level tiger mastiff dogs and the Fire Lin 3 halberd pigs was coming to an end. The Fire Lin trident pigs are indeed the #1 group among pig monsters, and their combat power is far beyond that of tiger mastiffs. At this time, the leader of the tiger mastiff herd was already covered in wounds and was dying. However, many beast soldier level tiger mastiffs did not dare to step forward to help under the threat of 2 high-level beast general level bloodthirsty tanks. Do it. Seeing that the junior beast general level tiger mastiff was about to die, Chu Tian quickly ordered, although this tiger mastiff is only a junior beast general, it can be sold for nearly 10 million Chinese coins, so naturally it cannot be given up in vain. Call out. Call out. Lu Qing's arrows and Chu Tian's flying knives were launched at the same time. The 2 of them attacked first, obviously the same target, the already injured junior beast general level Fire Lin trident pig. Roar! Ho ho ho! The first to notice everyone in the Phantom team were 2 high-level beast general level bloodthirsty tanks. When they saw the flying knives and sharp arrows rushing towards the Fire Lin trident pig, the 2 bloodthirsty tanks roared in anger at the same time. The piercing and crazy roar instantly resounded for more than 10 miles. However, no matter how harsh the sound was, it could not prevent the death of the Fire Lin Sanji pig. Even the Fire Lin trident pig in its heyday could not stop Chu Tian's sharp arrows and flying knives, not to mention that it had experienced a difficult battle just now. There was no surprise, just a few hissing sounds, and the flying knives and sharp arrows shot into the vital parts of the Fire Lin trident pig at the same time. The Fire Lin Sanji pig died instantly, leaving only the body lying on the spot twitching. Seeing the Fire Lin trident pig being killed with his own eyes, the 2 bloodthirsty tanks went completely crazy. At the same time, they roared and rushed towards the Chu and Tian people who were sending flying knives and sharp arrows, and in an abandoned Walmart supermarket 7 or 8 kilometers away in the south, there is a terrifying giant beast that looks like burning flames. This giant beast is covered with fiery red scales, without a trace of color. In particular, its huge head has 3 tall, curved sharp horns piercing forward. It is a junior lord-level Fire Lin trident pig. Roar! As the roar of bloodthirsty tanks came from the north, the eyes of the Fire Lin trident pig, who was still napping, instantly turned red as blood. Ouch! An extremely harsh roar came from the mouth of the Fire Lin trident pig, tearing the sky apart in an instant. The sound even produced a shock wave visible to the naked eye, which swept wildly in all directions. Several beast-level monsters near the Fire Lin trident pig were also instantly hit by the shock wave. Kill! This Fire Lin trident pig is going crazy. You can feel its anger in the sound it makes. Boom! The speed of the Fire Lin Sanji pig instantly surged to the limit, directly collapsing the wall on the north side of Walmart supermarket, and rushed towards the north crazily. At the same time, after seeing it rushing to the north, the beast-level monsters under the Fire Lin trident pig also followed the Fire Lin trident pig and ran towards the north crazily. At this time, Yang Wu and others were besieging 2 high-level beast general-level bloodthirsty tanks. Among them, Zhou Jing faced one end alone, while Chu Tian and others quickly killed the other end. Less than a minute after the battle started, both bloodthirsty tanks were killed one after another. Collect monster materials quickly and leave immediately. Chu Tian quickly ordered, and he suddenly felt a hint of danger approaching, but while Yang Wu and others were collecting monster materials, Lu Qing, who was responsible for guarding the surroundings, suddenly shouted. "Everyone, be careful," but before Lu Qing finished speaking, everyone noticed a dangerous aura. When they looked up, they saw a fiery red stream of light rushing towards themselves and the others. "No, it's a Lord-level monster!" Zhou Zheng shouted. "Roar!" The fire Lin trident pig was like a bolt of lightning piercing the sky, flying directly towards Yang Wu and the others. Its two palm-sized eyes contained crazy killing intent. Trouble, that when everyone saw the crazy Lord-level fire Lin trident pig, and then thought about the junior beast general level fire Lin trident pig that they had just killed, they didn't know what had happened. At this time, the beast-level monsters that followed the Lord-level fire Lin trident pig also appeared in the sight of Yang Wu and others one after another. There were more than 20 of them. Although there was still some distance, they arrived in an instant. To run away or to fight? It's a tough choice. At this moment, everyone's eyes were focused on the captain Chu Tian. "War!" Chu Tian suddenly shouted loudly. If they were to escape, the fire Lin Sanji pig would not be able to stop Chu Tian, who had mental power. However, at the speed of the Lord-level monster, the chances of the rest of the Phantom team surviving were basically zero. Therefore, Chu Tian chose to fight. "Let me come over to the Lord-level monster. Protect Shaoqing." After Chu Tian finished speaking, the 8 flying knives on his body flew out instantly and tore the dead fire Lin trident pig into pieces. He wanted to use this to attract the hatred of the Lord-level monsters. Sure enough, after seeing Chu Tian tear its child into pieces, the Lord-level fire Lin trident pig became completely angry. The wisdom of the Lord-level monster is no less than that of ordinary humans. The pain of losing a child has made it completely crazy. It will never let go of this hateful human in front of it. "Call out." After Chu Tian attracted the hatred of the fire Lin trident pig, he flew directly into the air, and then the 8 flying knives immediately rushed towards the opponent's vital points. The fire Lin trident pig swayed suddenly, used its scales to resist all Chu Tian's attacks, and then rushed towards Chu Tian's position in the sky. Chapter 36 Breakthrough. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Just when Chu Tian was fighting against the Lord-level fire Lin trident pig, other beast-level monsters were about to arrive. Among them, the fastest one is a bloodthirsty tank of high-level beast generals, followed by 5 medium beast generals and 13 elementary beast generals. "Brothers, fight!" Zhou Zheng roared and rushed towards the leader of the high-level beast general-level bloodthirsty tanks. In fact, if Zhou Zheng chooses to escape, with his advanced warrior-level physical fitness, he has the best chance of escaping when the Lord-level monster is restrained by Chu Tian, but he did not choose to escape. Instead, he rushed towards the approaching beasts without hesitation. Whoosh! 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 Yang Wu also exploded with all his strength, holding an army-breaking gun, and quickly ran behind Zhou Zheng. Faced with the siege of nearly 20 beast-level monsters, only by gathering together can the Phantom team form effective cooperation and rely on each other. The speed of Yang Wu and others was astonishing. At this time, they were only more than 100 meters away from the fastest high-level beast general-level bloodthirsty tank among the beasts, and they arrived in the blink of an eye. Vice-Captain Zhou Zheng rushed to the front, followed closely by mid-level generals Xing Tao and Wang Ji. Yang Wu followed at the back, but Lu Qing had already rushed to the nearby commanding heights. Boom! The eyebrow-high stick in Zhou Zheng's hand hit the bloodthirsty tank's head hard from the side. At the same time, Xing Tao and Wang Ji's attacks also arrived, and their heavy hammers and swords instantly attacked the opponent's vital residence. Of course, Yang Wu was not idle either. When he finally arrived, the army-breaking gun in his hand pierced the bloodthirsty tank's left eye. Facing the siege of 4 general-level warriors, the bloodthirsty tank running at the front could not survive for a second. The only high-level beast will be killed, but the situation is still not optimistic for Yang Wu and others, because there are too many beast-level monsters. Usually, Yang Wu and others are faced with the siege of beast-level monsters. No matter how many there are, they are not afraid. The space is only that big, and each person only needs to face the siege of 4 or 5 monsters at most. Even if they accidentally miss and are hit head-on by a beast soldier-level monster, with their warrior-level physical fitness, they will not suffer too much. Damage, however, beast commander-level monsters are different from beast soldier-level monsters. They are faster and more powerful. Once Yang Wu and others are hit by it, they will inevitably be seriously injured. On the other side, several medium-level beast-level monsters that were flying not far away were instantly killed when they saw the bloodthirsty tank. Their intelligence had been activated, and naturally they would not rush in alone like the bloodthirsty tank, but could not help but he slowed down a bit and waited for the junior beast general-level monster behind him to arrive. After a large number of junior beast general-level monsters arrived, these monsters roared and rushed towards Yang Wu and others one by one, like a high-speed locomotive, which was frightening. Call out. Call out. Call out. Lu Qin, who had arrived at the commanding heights, began to assist Yang Wu and others with bows and arrows. However, facing a high-speed moving beast-level monster, even if Lu Qin had the physical fitness of an average warrior, it would be difficult for him to hit the monster's vital points with his bow and arrow. Roll. Zhou Zheng's eyebrow-raising stick swept in all directions, smashing aside the two approaching low-level beast general monsters. Kill. A cold light flashed in Wang Ji's hand, and the sword slit the throat of a junior beast general-level one-horned wild boar. Call. Call. At this moment, Yang Wu was vigorously waving the army-breaking gun in his hand, killing an iron-haired wild boar at the junior beast general level, and at the same time repelling 3 beast general level monsters. However, the monster is very smart. After sacrificing the lives of several companions, they had already observed that Yang Wu was the weakest among this group of hateful humans, therefore, picked the soft persimmons and pinched them, just when Yang Wu's old strength was gone and new strength was not born, for angry monsters roared and attacked Yang Wu at the same time. Yang Wu used a long spear and did not carry a shield. The only protection on his body was his combat uniform. Not good. Yang Wu's expression changed as he had no time to react, and he secretly thought something was wrong. Careful. Zhou Zheng and others immediately shouted loudly. At the same time, Jingtao threw out the black sledgehammer in his left hand and deflected the monster that was charging towards Yang Wu. Wang Ji, who was holding a sword and shield, was closest to Yang Wu. He instantly moved a few steps sideways and used his shield. Yang Wu blocked a monster. Lu Qin, who was in charge of fire support, also shot a sharp arrow into the path of a monster, forcing it to change direction. Yang Wu's teammates stopped the 3 monsters for him in an instant, but there was still one monster rushing towards Yang Wu. Moreover, he is still an average beast general. If Yang Wu was hit by this medium-sized beast, he would probably be killed or disabled. Get out of the way. Be sure to stay out of the way. At this time, Yang Wu had only one thought in his mind, facing the medium beast general who was about to crash into him. Yang Wu felt surprisingly calm. Suddenly, Yang Wu gently exerted force with his left foot, and his whole body suddenly moved 20 centimeters to the right. At the last moment, he avoided the collision of the medium-level beast general-level iron-haired wild boar. Roar. In the roar, the iron-haired wild boar violently swung its long tail. Call out. The 1-meter-long pigtail instantly turned into a black afterimage and swept towards Yang Wu. Pigtail's speed far exceeded the speed of the monster itself. However, there was no trace of panic on Yang Wu's face. I saw the tip of the broken army gun in his hand hit the ground suddenly, giving his body a push from another direction, causing his body to make a strange change of direction in the air, making the iron-haired wild boar's attack ineffective again. And return. Enter the micro-level body technique. Several teammates saw Yang Wu dodge the monster's attack with such subtle movements, and they all shouted in surprise. It's not that they are ignorant, it's because subtle level body skills are extremely rare, even rarer than specialized level weapon skills. The micro-level movement technique is to be able to use the smallest amplitude to dodge attacks during combat, so that the dodge effect can be maximized. Most general-level warriors have not understood this technique. Even in the all-elite Phantom team, only the Captain Chu Tian and the Deputy Captain Zhou Zheng had comprehended the micro-level movement skills before this. As for the others, they were infinitely close to the micro-level. Unexpectedly, Yang Wu actually broke through during the battle. He is indeed a genius who was specially recruited by the Extreme Martial Arts Gym in advance. Everyone thought one after another. At this time, Yang Wu's crisis has been resolved, and everyone naturally has to continue to deal with the besieging group of beast-level monsters, but in just a short time, under Zhou Zheng's full strength, 4 or 5 beast-level monsters had fallen into his hands. In addition to the one killed by Yang Wu and the other 3, there are now only a dozen beast commander-level monsters left in the field, and most of them are junior beast commander level monsters. Such a herd of beasts, without the support of ordinary beast-level monsters, is naturally no longer a match for Yang Wu and others. Chapter 37: The Heart of the Strong. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. 1 minute later, with the tacit cooperation of Yang Wu and others, the last junior beast general level one-horned wild boar that tried to escape was killed. Of course, although Yang Wu and others were not fatally injured, they were all exhausted at this time, but they had to cheer up because the captain of the Phantom team was still fighting the Lord-level Fire Lin Trident Pig. At this time, Chu Tian and Huolin Sanji Pig, who were fighting not far away, were not feeling well. Chu Tian's mental power was consumed so much that he could no longer hold on, while Huolin Sanji Pig was already covered in wounds. Although it was not fatal, its speed and strength were greatly affected. Looking at the man and the beast in the battle, Zhou Zheng quickly ordered, "Old Zheng, Wang Ji, Yang Wu, you 3 quickly deal with the monster's body, and I will help the captain deal with the Fire Lin Trident Pig." That the speed and power of Lord-level monsters are astonishing. Among the Phantom team, apart from Chu Tian, who is a spiritual master, only Zhou Zheng, a high-level general, can fight against Lord-level monsters. As for Yang Wu and the others, once they are attacked by Lord-level monsters, they will probably die or be disabled. Moreover, their attacks cannot cause effective damage to Lord-level monsters at all. Yes, Yang Wu and others knew the seriousness of the situation and responded quickly. Whoosh! Suddenly, Zhou Zheng turned into an afterimage and rushed towards Chu Tian and the Lord-level Fire Lin Trident Pig who were fighting. In fact, while Chu Tian was fighting with the Lord-level Fire Lin Trident Pig, he was also always paying attention to the movements of Yang Wu and others. When he saw Yang Wu in danger, Chu Tian was also a little panicked, but after Yang Wu turned the corner, the Lord-level Fire Lin Trident Pig would have a headache. When Zhou Zheng rushed over now, Chu Tian felt overjoyed. With the cooperation of him and Zhou Zheng, it is still very possible to capture this junior Lord-level Fire Lin Trident Pig. However, at this time, the Fire Lin Sanji Pig was a little scared. The mentalist already gave it a headache, but it didn't know that Chu Tian's mental power was about to be exhausted. If a high-level general-level warrior was added to assist it, it might be really in danger. Roar! The Fire Lin Trident Pig let out a huge roar, and the roar contained endless anger, huge unwillingness, and a trace of fear. Whoosh! The speed of the Fire Lin Trident Pig instantly exceeded the speed of sound, and it fled towards the northwest like a stream of light. All the beast-level monsters under its command have been killed by the hateful humans. Most importantly, its only child has also been killed by the hateful humans. It wants revenge. The wisdom of the Lord-level monsters is no less than that of ordinary humans. The Fire Lin Trident Pig knows that with its own strength alone, it will be difficult to seek revenge against this hateful human team. Therefore, it is going to defect to the more powerful middle Lord-level powerful demon ape and use the other party's power to take revenge. Escaped? Didn't you say that all Lord-level monsters are extremely ferocious? Seeing the Fire Lin Trident Pig running away, Yang Wu, who had been paying attention to the battle, was stunned for a moment. Su Shi saw Yang Wu's doubts, and Zheng Tao, who was collecting monster materials at the side, smiled and said, "Yang Wu, you have to know that Lord-level monsters are extremely intelligent and will run away quickly if the situation is not good. With the powerful vitality of Lord-level monsters and the herds of beasts that may be encountered at any time in the wilderness area, the possibility of escape is still high. Even many God of War level warriors usually choose to hunt high-level beast general level monsters. The captain and brother Zhou are not as fast as that Fire Lin Trident Pig, so it is normal for them to escape." That's it. Yang Wu suddenly realized. At this moment, Chu Tian and Zhou Zheng also came to the crowd. The direction in which the Fire Trident Pig escaped just now seems to be the direction of the lair of the medium Lord-level monster. the powerful demon ape. I'm afraid it went to seek help from the powerful demon ape, Chu Tian said seriously. We must leave immediately and return to the base city immediately. Yes, Captain, everyone responded one after another. The 6 people started working at the same time and quickly collected the materials from all the beast-level monsters. Then everyone in the Phantom team quickly left in the southeast direction. In order to avoid actually encountering the powerful demon ape, they decided to take a detour back to the base city. Half a day later, the Phantom team, which had left the confines of City 023, decided to take a short rest. At this time, it was already the evening of August 31st. Fortunately, this time it was Yang Wu and Zhou Zheng's turn to be on guard. In an abandoned service area next to the highway in the wilderness area, Zhou Zheng and Yang Wu were sitting at the door of a relatively complete room on guard duty. It was midsummer, and there were a lot of mosquitoes in the wild. Fortunately, Yang Wu and others lit special incense, but no mosquitoes came to bite them. Yang Wu sat cross-legged on a broken mat, constantly thinking about everything that happened today, the scene of encountering a life-and-death crisis, and the opportunity to break through between life and death. Yang Wu was thinking about whether all this was worth it. Today, my movement skills have reached the subtle level in the world of life and death. The harvest is indeed not small. However, I almost died. Thinking of the scene where the medium-level monster rushed towards him, Yang Wu couldn't help but feel scared. If he had been hit head-on, he would have died. With the simulator, even if I stay in the base city, my strength can continue to improve. Even if it is a little slower, it is safe. Yang Wu gently wiped the already bright broken army gun in his hand, hesitating in his heart. If you want to make money to buy cheats and equipment, you can wait until you break through to the God of War level, or planet level, and then come to the wilderness area. Hunt monsters. Then you can make money faster. The more Yang Wu thought about it, the more he felt that he was too impulsive to come to the wilderness area now. He could obviously become stronger slowly, but he had to put himself in danger. Slowly, Yang Wu couldn't help but come up with the idea of quitting the Phantom team when he returned to the base city. Wrong. My idea is not right at all. Suddenly, Yang Wu started shaking his head. Memories kept popping up in his mind. There are my own personal experiences, the text displayed on the simulator during the 2 simulations, and the content in the novels I read in my previous life. Yes, even in the base city, it is not absolutely safe. In the first simulation, I died in the base city. Even in the second simulation, I will most likely die at the hands of Li Yao Superior. If you really offend a powerful warrior, even if you hide in the base city, it is not absolutely safe. The Goldenhorn giant beast, the Nolantian family, and even all the powerful men who will covet the earth in the future. How can there be any absolutely safe place in this world? Even someone as strong as the founder of the giant axe will fall. In the original work, even among the most core geniuses in the Virtual Universe Company, only a handful of people can break through immortality. And I am just an ordinary person. Even if I have a simulator, I am not. You will definitely become a strong person. If you want to keep getting stronger, you can't just rely on the simulator. At this moment, Yang Wu's heart was surprisingly firm. Not everyone can take the path of becoming strong. If you shrink from it, even if you become an immortal, a venerable, or the Lord of the Universe with the help of a simulator, you will still be just a lucky person. A truly strong person, in addition to various external resources, more importantly, must have a strong heart. Chapter 38 Epiphany. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. A truly strong person, in addition to various external resources, more importantly, must have a strong heart. Although with the existence of the time simulator, I can stay at home and wait for the simulation number to be refreshed, but my going in and out of the wilderness area can make me stronger faster. That if Yang Wu had stayed in the base city, he would naturally be very safe, but when the simulation started next time, he could only start the simulation as a new warrior, and if Yang Wu himself works hard, when the next simulation starts, he will be a member of the Phantom team and can follow this top team in and out of the wilderness. There is also world destruction. If Yang Wu did not buy world destruction in reality, I am afraid that he would still choose a less difficult cheat book to practice in the simulation. Yang Wu stared ahead calmly. the heart is like a knife, and the will is as unified. The path to becoming strong must cut off all fear. Go all the way, be in awe, and do fearless things. The heart is as ice as a mirror, unstained by a trace of dust. The heart is like a knife, it can cut through all obstacles. At this moment, Yang Wu finally had a clear understanding in his heart and reached the first level of mind cultivation. After traveling through time and learning that he was devouring the starry sky world, Yang Wu determined to become a strong man in the universe. However, later because of his poor talent, he had to give up his goal. But at the moment when he was desperate and decided to lie down, the time simulator in his mind finally appeared. It has to be said that the appearance of the time simulator in his mind became Yang Wu's life-saving straw. After the emergence of the simulator, Yang Wu went from a low-level junior warrior-level martial artist to a slightly famous genius. He was recruited in advance by the Extreme Martial Arts Gym, and even joined the Phantom, which was ranked among the top 3 in the entire Jiangnan Bay City Squad. Although all these encounters did not make Yang Wu forget his past, they also made him lose his courage and diligence. Anyway, there is a time simulator. I can just simulate it slowly. Why come to the wilderness area and go through life and death? That before this moment, Yang Wu would have been very hesitant, but at the moment when Yang Wu had the heart of a strong man, his choice had changed. Even if he already has a magical golden finger like a time simulator, he will never stop his efforts. Maybe the speed of Yang Wu's efforts is not as fast as Luo Feng's cheating speed in the future. Maybe Yang Wu's efforts will have no results at all, but at the very least, it will make him have a higher level when the simulation experience begins. Starting point, that's enough. This is the strong heart that belongs to Yang Wu. At this moment, Zhou Zheng on the side suddenly noticed something changed in Yang Wu. He originally thought that Yang Wu had suffered some internal injuries during the battle, but after careful observation, he found that Yang Wu's body had not changed at all. Weird. Could it be that my eyesight is dazzled? Zhou Zheng wondered, not knowing what the problem was, but Yang Wu suddenly stood up. The power of the first state of mind cultivation can indeed transform a person. After all, this is a realm that most realm lord level experts have not yet comprehended. All the hesitations in Yang Wu's heart before, as well as the impact after experiencing a life and death crisis, at this time, everything is wiped out. Yang Wu calmed down completely. This was an unprecedented calmness. The mind is calm, like still water. At this time, Yang Wu suddenly had the urge to practice marksmanship. If you think of it, do it. Yang Wu moved. Yang Wu, what are you going to do? Before Zhou Zheng, who was also responsible for guarding, could stop him, Yang Wu walked to the open area in the center of the service area alone with a broken army gun in hand. Call. In this starry summer night, Yang Wu moved, and he began to practice the 13-style marksmanship recorded in the first secret book of destruction of the world. Seeing Yang Wu stop to practice his marksmanship, Zhou Zheng, who was about to stop Yang Wu, suddenly stopped. He wanted to see what Yang Wu was up to. Yang Wu practiced his marksmanship in an unprecedented state of mind. Every time a spear was thrust out, he would feel an unparalleled sense of comfort. 1 shot, 2 shots. The cold light from the tip of the army-breaking spear continued to shine, like dots of stars. After experiencing the transformation of his state of mind, Yang Wu had no distracting thoughts at this time and devoted himself wholeheartedly to the practice of marksmanship. Zhou Zheng, who was watching Yang Wu practice his spear, felt that Yang Wu's marksmanship was getting better and smoother. Not good. After Yang Wu's gun speed suddenly exceeded the speed of sound, Zhou Zheng secretly thought something was wrong. He was afraid of waking up the captain and the others and immediately stepped forward to stop him. Wait a moment. Captain Chu Tian's voice suddenly came from the room. In fact, Chu Tian and others who were resting in the room had already noticed it when Yang Wu started practicing his gun. After all, no matter how quiet Yang Wu's voice was, the vigilance of Chu Tian and others was enough to detect it. However, because the voice was relatively soft and Yang Wu and Zhou Zheng were on guard, Chu Tian and others did not pay attention. However, at the moment when Yang Wu's gun speed exceeded the speed of sound, a sonic boom sounded, which really alarmed Chu Tian and others. After Chu Tian was alerted, his mental power spread instantly, and he immediately noticed Yang Wu, who was practicing his gun, and Zhou Zheng, who was planning to stop Yang Wu, although Chu Tian still didn't know what happened specifically, he was already awake and naturally he would not let Zhou Zheng interrupt Yang Wu again. What's going on? Chu Tian led several teammates to Zhou Zheng and asked. Captain, I don't know what happened. Zhou Zheng smiled bitterly and said, originally, Yang Wu and I were sitting at the door to guard, but Yang Wu suddenly stood up, and then ran to the open space in the center to start practicing marksmanship. I asked him and he didn't answer me. How about I call Yang Wu over? Zheng Tao asked tentatively. Wait until he finishes practicing this set of marksmanship. After saying that, Chu Tian suddenly added, Yang Wu is practicing the world destruction marksmanship. As one of the top general-level warriors under the God of War level, Chu Tian has naturally seen other powerful men use the world-destroying spear technique. Of course, without specific move guidance in the cheats, it is impossible to learn these moves no matter how many times you watch others perform them. The ultimate marksmanship world destruction. The world's best attack method. Zhou Zheng and others obviously knew the horror of destruction's marksmanship, and they all sighed at this time. At this moment, Yang Wu, who was practicing marksmanship on the field, suddenly paused with the gun in his hand, and then thrust it out. Suddenly, a cold light shone, and there was a strange fluctuation in the air, like a bolt of lightning. The speed of the army breaking gun suddenly accelerated, and the sonic boom in the air also suddenly intensified. Boom! The tip of the army breaking gun suddenly hit a piece of bluestone not far away, blasting the bluestone into pieces. Medium General. Zheng Tao and others were shocked. No. Chu Tian, who was more knowledgeable, shook his head and said, it's an epiphany. Yang Wu has understood the power-generating techniques in destruction of the world. Epiphany. Zhou Zheng and others know very well what epiphany represents, which is synonymous with true genius. Yang Wu in the field was also stunned. I mastered the first level of world destruction. Is it so easy, that the first level of marksmanship in destruction of the world is done? I haven't mastered the A-level flame shootout in the simulator for several years, but in reality, in less than 2 months, I actually mastered the ultimate marksmanship world destruction. Chapter 39 Simulation Again. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Before Yang Wu could think about the reason carefully, Chu Tian and others had already walked over. Congratulations, Yang Wu. Chu Tian, who rarely praises others, couldn't help but praise, you are indeed a genius specially recruited by the Extreme Martial Arts Gym. It's hard to imagine that the expert-level marksmanship, the subtle body skills, and twice the force-generating skills are all gathered in a junior general-level warrior, that an ordinary junior general can be called an elite if he possesses any one of these 3. When all 3 are combined, he is a true genius. Captain. Yang Wu saw Chu Feng and others walking over. He didn't know that he had woken them up, so he quickly said, I'm sorry for waking you up. What's the point? Chu Tian smiled slightly and said, if I am woken up once, one of my brothers will be able to have an epiphany and improve in strength. Then I wish I could be woken up every day. By the way, Yang Wu, what you just practiced is the ultimate marksmanship world destruction, right? As soon as Chu Tian said these words, everyone in the Phantom team immediately looked at Yang Wu. Yang Wu knew that when he just practiced marksmanship, he also exposed the secrets of his major. However, there is nothing shameful about this. Firstly, I bought the secret book myself, and I am not afraid of others discovering it. Secondly, the secret book of world destruction contains a lot of content, including attack methods, defensive methods, body skills, etc., and I am not afraid of being found out by others. Deliberately targeted. The captain really has amazing eyesight. Yang Wu sighed, I just practiced the marksmanship a few times, and everyone discovered it. Yes, I am practicing the destruction-style marksmanship. After saying that, Yang Wu suddenly regretted, unfortunately, I only bought the first layer. When I buy it again, I have to buy the first layer again. Did you just master the power-generating technique in the first secret book? Chu Tian asked. Yang Wu smiled helplessly, that's right, I barely made a breakthrough. Yang Wu. Zheng Tao asked hurriedly, I heard that after practicing the first level of the destruction of the world marksmanship, the force can reach twice as much as one's own. Is this true? Although the Phantom team has seen that Yang Wu's attack just reached the level of an average warrior, everyone does not know Yang Wu's current physical fitness, so they cannot accurately judge his strength. My strength has indeed doubled. Yang Wu nodded slowly. Oh my god. Zhou Zheng on the side couldn't help but sigh. This is comparable to the effect of practicing all the A-level secrets, but this is the first level of the ultimate secrets. Ha! Chu Tian said with a smile, it's a good thing that Yang Wu has an epiphany. With this breakthrough, Yang Wu's strength is probably close to catching up with Brother Zheng, Wang Ji, and Xiao Qing. The members of our Phantom team, my strength has improved a lot, and I will make money faster in the future. At this point, Chu Tian paused, glanced at Zheng Tao and Wang Ji, and then continued, everyone must continue to work hard and strive to make great progress. Chu Tian also had some selfish intentions in his heart. The closer his strength is to the peak of the warrior level, the more difficult it is for him to break through to the war god level. Moreover, as a spiritual master, how could he be willing to just become an ordinary junior god of war? Therefore, he has already made a plan in his mind. Once he breaks through to the god of war level, he will buy a copy of Dragon Blood to improve his physical fitness and become a mid-level god of war. By then, with his own realm and the cooperation of his spiritual power, he will not be considered a weakling even among the middle-level war gods. However, the price of Dragon Blood is as high as 160 billion Chinese coins, and the half price of the ultimate martial arts gym is 80 billion. Even if Xiao Qing is asked to help buy it, it will probably cost 50 to 60 billion. However, Chu Tian's own accumulated wealth is still far from this figure, therefore, he hopes that the Phantom team's strength can increase even more. He noticed before that Zheng Tao already had the intention to buy Tears of the Blue Devil, and then he looked at Zheng Tao, trying to put a little pressure on the other party. As a member of the Phantom team, Zheng Tao has been with Chu Tian through life and death in the wilderness area for several years. Of course he can understand what Chu Tian means, so he is also considering the possibility of taking the Tears of the Blue Devil. Wang Ji already had his own plan, and his strength was still rising rapidly, so he didn't need anyone else to worry about him. Okay, now that everyone is awake, Zhou Zheng, you and Yang Wu are going to rest for a while Xiao Qing and I will be on guard. In 3 hours, we will set off back to the base city. Yes, Captain. Everyone responded, so, except for Chu Tian and Lu Qing who stayed outside the room to take care of the situation, the 4 Yang Wu people returned to the room to rest. However, except for Zhou Zheng who looked tired and quickly fell asleep, the other 3 people were not sleepy at all. After a while, Zheng Tao, who felt that everyone else had already rested, opened the door and walked out cautiously. Yang Wu's epiphany put too much pressure on him. He wanted to go out to talk to Lu Qing about the price of Blue Devil's tears. Wang Ji, on the other hand, kept his eyes closed and meditated, seemingly very calm, but his quietly clenched fists revealed his thoughts. I must become a high-level warrior as soon as possible, and even become a powerful god of war. Only in this way can I, Wang Xingji, take back everything that should belong to me. Obviously, Wang Ji at this time had been stimulated by Yang Wu's epiphany. As for Yang Wu, at this time, he has been thinking about the reason why he was able to comprehend the first level of world destruction so quickly. Although Yang Wu would not feel that his understanding was poor, he also knew that with his understanding, it was impossible to comprehend the first level of world destruction in less than 2 months. With Luo Feng's terrifying talent, how long did it take to double his strength? 3 months or 4 months? Is it because of his state of mind? Yang Wu suddenly realized something in his heart. Remember that in the original book, Hong was able to become the disciple of the founder of the giant axe because of his strong mental state. So, it is not impossible for him to incorporate a little bit of his own mind cultivation realm when he created the secret book. And I, by chance, reached the first level of mind cultivation. It's not surprising that I was able to quickly practice the first level of world destruction. Yang Wu found a justifiable reason for himself and stopped worrying about the epiphany, because it is now the early morning of September 1st. The number of simulations on the time simulator in his mind changed from 0 to 1 again. I don't know how much my strength will improve after this simulation. I hope my strength can catch up with the captain. Yang Wu is looking forward to it. Chapter 40 Difficult Choices. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Current number of simulations, 1. Do you want to start the sims now? Yes. Yang Wu immediately ordered in his heart. Suddenly, a line of text appeared on the simulator panel in front of Yang Wu. The characters in the sims are created by the simulator itself, and the memory is different from that of the host. The host should be careful when operating. Please select the personality of the simulated character. 1. Steady, 2. Selfish, 3. Tyranny. Why are the options different from last time? Remember last time there was only one negative character, greedy, but now there are 2. When the next simulation is performed, there won't be 3 negative characters at the same time, right? Yang Wu felt a little worried. Yes, in Yang Wu's view, selfishness and tyranny are all negative traits. Looking at the 3 options in front of him, Yang Wu didn't know what to choose. Originally, he planned to choose a character similar to brave, but this time the choice was very poor. Yang Wu quickly rejected the selfish and tyrannical options because he really didn't know what the experience in the simulator would be like after choosing these 2 options. In this case, the only option left is to be prudent. If you choose steady, the improvement in strength will be a little slow, but when there is no other choice, this is the only way. After careful consideration, Yang Wu finally chose a stable character. Next, a large amount of text began to appear on the simulator panel. At the age of 24, you have already gained the strength of an elementary warrior and joined the extreme martial arts gym and became a member of the elite warrior team, the Phantom Team. The first time you went to the wilderness area, you performed well, your body skills broke through to the micro level, and you mastered the first level of the ultimate marksmanship world destruction. When you returned to the base from the wilderness area, you were accidentally discovered by Wu Tong when you purchased the second level cheat book of world destruction. After learning that you had mastered the first level marksmanship, Wu Tong was very happy to inform the Extreme Martial Arts Hall. Zhuge Tao's supervisor. After examining your strength, Zhuge Tao submitted your application for the Global Elite Training Camp with your consent. In early October, you passed the A-level test at the Extreme Martial Arts Gym and became a member of the Elite Training Camp. With the guidance of a God of War teacher, your marksmanship, body skills, and various experience skills are all improving rapidly. This year, your ranking on the Black Dragon rankings is around 170. At the age of 25, after a year of hard work, you have successfully broken through to a mid-level warrior, and your body and marksmanship have been greatly improved. Your friend Luo Feng also entered the elite training camp, but his ranking on the Black Dragon rankings quickly surpassed yours, and in September he became the inspector of the Extreme Martial Arts Gym in the Jiangnan Bay City. However, with the help of your state of mind, this incident did not have any impact on you. You still stayed in the elite training camp and continued to grow. This year, your ranking on the Black Dragon rankings is around 130. At the age of 26, after another year of training, with the assistance of the gravity chamber, you successfully broke through to the level of high-level warrior. Later, in a gambling battle with a student, your marksmanship reached the perfect level. Extreme Martial Arts Hall suddenly notified you of the death of your friend Luo Feng, and you were very sad. This year, your name on the Black Dragon rankings finally reached double digits, around 90th place. 27 years old. This year, your strength has improved very slowly. You finally feel the difficulty of breaking through to the God of War level. Your ranking is constantly surpassed by the students behind you. You suddenly feel that you are no longer suitable to stay in the training camp. So, with the help of your friend Luo Feng who came back from the dead and became the inspector of the Extreme Martial Arts Gym, you became a supervisor of the Extreme Martial Arts Gym in the Jiangnan Bay City. At the age of 28, a terrifying monster suddenly appeared on the earth. The strong humans were helpless. Under the leadership of this terrifying monster, countless sea monsters began to attack the human base city. As a high-level general-level warrior, you naturally have to help the army resist the beast tide. Under the siege of several high-level beast generals, your body skills have broken through to the perfect level, and your world destruction marksmanship has also broken through to the second level, and your power has reached 3 times your own. Human beings finally withstood the tide of beasts and destroyed the terrifying monster. However, many powerful people among humans, including your friend Luo Feng, have all fallen. At the age of 29, your physical fitness has improved very slowly. It has been more than 2 years and you still have not reached the peak of a high-level warrior. At this time, due to the fall of several powerful men, the global situation has undergone great changes. In order to cope with the crisis, you spent all your wealth to buy a dragon's blood and became a junior god of war. Your friend Luo Feng suddenly appears, Hong and Lei Shen also wake up from the coma, the order of the earth is restored, and you continue to practice with concentration. 30 years old, this year, you are still working hard to practice. Although your strength is progressing slowly, it is still growing. Alien civilization suddenly arrives, and countless powerful warriors appear on the earth. You can only run to the survival base customized by your friend Luo Feng in the universe to escape. Just when alien civilization was about to ravage the world, Luo Feng suddenly became the legal lord of the earth. The alien civilization's fleet had no choice but to leave. Then you return to your villa from the survival base. Not far from your home, the Luo Feng family's castle suddenly came under a powerful attack. You were hit by the aftermath of one of the attacks and died immediately. Hey, you actually survived the disaster caused by the golden horn giant beast this time. Alien civilization. It's just a family of cosmic powerhouses. Yang Wu was a little happy to see that he had lived to the age of 30 in the simulator before being killed by the stellar warriors of the Nolantian family in the aftermath of the battle. However, after the joy, came a headache. Yang Wu really didn't expect that without the assistance of various treasures, the speed of practicing gene energy would be so slow. No wonder there are so few war god level warriors on the earth now. Yang Wu sighed secretly in his heart. In each base city, there are definitely more than 2,000 new warriors every year. There are 5 major powers in the world and 23 base cities, and the number of new warriors every year is nearly 100,000. However, since the Great Nirvana, until now, in the past 40 years, there are only more than 3,000 war god level warriors among humans, less than 1,000th of the total number of warriors. The 9th level blood talent among humans is indeed extremely difficult to cultivate. But, which one should I choose? The simulation ends. You can choose one of the following rewards. 1. Martial arts cultivation at the age of 30. 2. Martial arts insights at the age of 30. 3. Life experience in simulation. Yang Wu first ruled out reward 3. However, reward 1 and reward 2 really made it difficult for Yang Wu to decide. Choosing reward 2, Yang Wu can immediately understand the perfect marksmanship and body skills. At the same time, his own power-generating skills can also be tripled. The whole person can become a real genius immediately, and I am afraid that he will be among the best in the elite training camp. However, through his experience in the simulator, Yang Wu also knew how rare it was to have God of War physical fitness. After nearly 5 years of dedicated training, coupled with the assistance of dragon blood, Yang Wu now has the physical fitness of an elementary God of War, which makes it difficult for Yang Wu to give up. If you choose reward 1, Yang Wu will immediately become a rare God of War. With his current skills, it is not difficult to gain a foothold among the junior gods of war. If you choose reward 2, Yang Wu will become a true genius. Getting into elite training camps is a breeze. These 2 choices really made Yang Wu hesitate.